Here we are. Hello, hello, hello. How are we? Let's make sure things are working. Hmm. All right, now you should be able to hear me. That doesn't seem right. Now I'm echoing. Okay. Now you should be able to hear me. And music is on. Gonna turn the level down a teeny bit. Let's get eternal audio figured out. Looks like the eternal audio isn't picking up. All right, let me fix that really quick. Yay! You have a draft ticket? Does that mean you can? I mean, it's a good way to farm some gold. Can you hear Eternal? I can't tell if it's working. Okay, so why isn't it working though? Hmm. You don't have to pay for that duo. Today is a general coaching thing. I did. Why isn't this working? All right. Let's try making a new audio source. Hey, Jobin. Well, thanks for letting me know. I always appreciate that kind of honesty in my pathological liars. Oops. All right. I'm not ready to talk about this pick. I can't look at it. Are you hearing the noises from Eternal? Ah. I don't know why the Eternal audio isn't coming across. I don't have any filters on. Should be working. Alright, tell me if you hear it in the Eternal audio. Any noises? I guess that means you're not hearing anything. Hmm. Alright, I guess I don't have to worry about it right now. Let's just draft. We're getting right into it today. I'm going to try and squeeze in 2 and hopefully maintain enough gold to play in the open tomorrow. Because I have enough gems to do one run and enough gold to do one run. Alright, so it's a pretty interesting draft format, and I might just be thinking that because I haven't played a lot. Yeah, alright, great. So this is a bad pack, but that makes it good to talk about. So Black Book's Enforcer is now a fantastic card. Like a 4-cost 4/4 is just good in this format. Things on rate are good in this format. So if you aren't sure what to pick, take 3-cost 3/3, take the 4-cost 4/4, take the 5-cost 6/5. The problem with Black Book's Enforcer is that it commits us to Justice right away. So Justice is the weakest color in this set, not by enough that you should avoid it outright. You should not don't turn away signals to take Justice cards. But it's tough to commit to it from the beginning. If you want to gamble, if you think you are a bad drafter who is not going to be equipped at all to handle this set, then you could try and force justice, but I think it's bot packs on day 2. I don't know if it's bot packs tomorrow, so I don't know that it matters. Try not to commit yourself to 2 colors right away. The third pack is the most important one, but you do need all of them. Loot Strung Bow, Happy Harvester, Through the Unknown are all staples in their colors. And this is a dynamic enough set that you can play to what you like. If you're somebody who likes to play burn decks with lots, then prioritize Primal and Fire. If you're somebody who wants to play aggro, then take the Bow. I like to play more mid-range, so I'll probably take this Happy Harvester, or I could take the Monolith Guardian and try and force this. Forge Deed is a trap. Just is, sadly. Very sad. Like, if you manage to take a Poacher's Menagerie with this card, it is still going to be worse than a Decay. On power, it's Black Book's Enforcer. On colors, it's Black Book's Enforcer, Happy Harvester, Through the Unknown, and Loot Strung Bow. I consider these 3 cards to be pretty equal in power. But the Harvester is what I'm most likely to play out of this pack. So I think that is what I end up taking. Or I could just take the Enforcer as the strongest card. Black Book's Enforcer, like, even just being a 4-cost 4/4 that gives something an additional point of attack, or an additional point of defense, or shrinks your opponent's Insect Swarm to a 1/1 is still solid. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Enforcer. A strong card. Ooh, Stone Scar Adept and Grim Reminder. So Better Than Ever is not great, although now that there are the 1-cost creature that gets +2/+2 while it has a battle skill, I want to try and draft that. Today is not the day for that, but I would love to try it. It's going to be the Grim Reminder here. Generally, I tend to lean, if I'm torn between like a Stone Scar Adept and a Grim Reminder, I'm going to take the one with Inscribe. And this is like, it's a pretty nice card, because if you end up in a very aggressive Shadow build, then you put the Grim Reminder on them, and then you're going to just trigger Frenzy every turn and slowly accumulate value that way. Like if I get a Grim Reminder and a Stone Scar Adept, I'm pretty happy. Hey, Duo. But if I'm like a grindy control deck, then that point of damage each turn is going to add up pretty fast. So I'm going to take Grim Reminder here. Full Tilt is a fine sweeper. Tools of Oppression is playable if you have enough Unleashed cards, but it's not what you want to be playing. It's best if you are in, like, if you have Grumbo's Platoons and Lucky Prospectors all ready to go. I like the Tinker a lot. And I think Enraged Serpent is the best card in the pack. This is a pretty bad pack. So it's between Enraged Serpent and Midnight Tinker. I do like the Enraged Serpent with the Grim Reminder, so I'm just going to take it. But I like Tinker a lot. If I first picked like a Grumbo's Platoon, which I do think is worth the first pick, then the Tinker gets a lot better. Ooh, Pugilist plus Grim Reminder, or Prospector plus Grim Reminder. And I like Minotaur Tailor. Today I learned I'm like the only one who likes Minotaur Tailor. Apparently it's not popular at all. I think it plays really well, especially if you like our Time Justice Relics, because then you can put your Prospector, make it a 3/4 with Taunt. Like that is something. The hard part in the deck with the Lucky Prospector and the Tailor is having hours. You want to already have your hours. I was arguing with the Overmaster and Spifferific today about whether or not this card is playable. I think this card is pretty good. You have to, like, it's not a generic 3-drop. You don't get to just play this for free. It's a card you have to put time and effort into setting up. I do think I'm going to take the Pugilist here, just because this is a pretty weak pack. There's nothing in here that really pulls me in. But Pugilist is solid if I'm going to be like a Primal Shadow aggro deck, a Frenzy deck. I think Riot Flame is actually just pretty good now. Like, it's not always... It's playable removal now, and Fire wants that removal. Think of it like a Hoof Stomp that does a little bit more damage. Other than that, this is another very weak pack. I feel like we've only had very weak packs. So what that means, when I have a bunch of weak packs, I like to try and stay open. So like having a nice mix of removal and creatures in each color that lets me see what that lets me open a bomb and have enough playables to make the bomb work, and it lets me stay open to signals in the next pack. Because like this is a garbage pack with no usable signals. The Insect Swarm is playable in time, but like I'm not happy to play it. The Outmuscle is playable in fire, but I'm not happy to play it. Riot Flame versus Outmuscle, I'm taking. It's going to be one of these, and I think it's Riot Flame now, just because it's easy enough to splash, and I don't have access to any removal yet. So that's a late Towering Terrazon. Card's just great. I like the Gron a lot. It keeps me alive pretty well, and Enraged Serpent's just a good flyer. Like, it's a good way to close out a game. You want Grons and Serpents together, because you got to hold the ground, stay alive through that mid-game until you can get the Serpent. I also love Gron plus Black Book's Enforcer, and I think that this is a deck that I'd be pretty happy to have like 3 or 4 Scaly Grons in. If cards are flowing in multiple colors, lean towards Primal. Primal has the most playable as a common, and there's lots of cards. So like the red, maybe like the red 25th, 45th, 30th. The red 30th card is Cleave, kill an enemy attachment, shoot them for 3. And the blue 30th card is Backlash. And Backlash is more likely to have targets. Everybody has a certain number of spells. So I do like Backlash. So there's another Gron. Happy to see that. Grappling Hook is playable, but I'm not happy. Goon is playable, but I'm not happy. But 2 Grons is a fine start. So this is a late enough Starving Horror that I'm pretty happy to take it. Like, Gron into Horror is pretty solid, and Horror into Black Book's Enforcer is great. Peacekeeper is fine. Like, it's not what you want, but it's it keeps you alive if you have like bombs to dig for. There's another Gron. Okay, I'll play 3 Grons. So Hamlet Axe. So I'm gonna take the little brother, but I just want to talk about Hamlet Axe for a little bit. Because if you are in the right deck, if you have things like the Rakano Adept, that not Rakano, like there are places for this Hamlet Axe. There are, if you have enough big creatures, if you have creatures that grow, like Enraged Towerfall, it is a way to close out the game. I don't like Little Brother. Scornful Elite is nice with Black Book Serpent, and so is Highwind Glider. Like, Highwind Glider is just reasonable in general, because you do get to the point where you need to grind out cards this game, and the most common way to do that is with Unleash, but there are non-Unleash ways to do it. Tinker, not worth first pick. Is this going to be a 4 Gron deck? I think if I were going to play 4 Grons, I'd take the Glider first. I don't like first picking the Glider, though. I could take the Sticky Fingers and lean towards Unleash, but like really I'm only committed to Primal right now. I'd like to play Shadow, but I won't be upset if I can't. And if Justice flows here, then that means that Disarms will flow in the next pack. So Disarm is the reason to be Horu, really, because it's a common and it flows. I think I'm going to take the Glider here because it's easy enough to splash. Resonance Wave, Hour of Makar, or Bust Out. I do really like the Hour. I tend to take Hours higher than other people. It's just nice. So Hours are nice if you have Double Shadow or if you have a use for the relics, which I don't really right now. Resonance Wave is a great Inscribe card, which I tend to pick Inscribe really high. And then Bust Out is just removal, which we need. So it's between Bust Out and Resonance Wave for me. I'm going to take the Bust Out. You need a certain amount of removal. Greenstretch Griffin. So Greenstretch Griffin is a very reasonable way to finish a game. So I'm going to take it. Serpent is what I would take if the Greenstretch Griffin weren't here. But having any primal cards in the pack is still pretty nice. Okay, so this is, when I say that Justice is like not that strong, but if it flows, get into it. Justice is flowing. This is what I mean. Because if any of the if any of the 3 people on my right were in Justice, they would have taken this Bejeweled Knuckles. And this is a very powerful Justice card. I do love Glider with Enforcer. Psionic Savant is fine. Sticky Fingers is fine. Joan Warrior holds the ground reasonably well. And like, you do just need to hold the ground. That's important. But there's a lot of primal cards in this pack, which is just good news. The Savant is good, and the Reverberating Strike is a reasonable fast spell for triggering Frenzy. And right now, only Pugilist cares about that. We're not going to be playing this little brother. We're probably not playing the Riot Flame at this point, just because of how little fire we've seen. But the deck's coming together. Right now, Shadow is our splash, and that's okay. Like, it's easy to splash for a bust out, and the Grim Reminder has Inscribe, so it's good for aiding that splash. Psionic Savant is so fragile. I just don't like playing 5-drops that die to Loot Strongbow, but like it has a place. I'm okay playing 1-drops that die to Loot Strongbow. I think I just want Sticky Fingers right now. Let's grab it. Someday I will, like, you need to be drawing at least 3 cards with collaboration, unfortunately. I'll take the strike now. Suddenly there's some fire cards, but I'm taking the strike. I could take this greed. So I take the greed a lot to just hedge. I don't think it's that strong, but if I, get another hour late or another good, just a few good relics, then consuming greed becomes playable. I'd say you need 3-hour style relics, just things that replace themselves. Also, hydrate is playable in some decks. If you are going to be a late game deck, then filling your deck up with green Stretch Griffins or something that you've buffed is pretty strong. Oh, this might actually be hydrate. So I like hydrate when I can set up turns where I get more than 1 card's worth of value out of it. So let's take it. I think I can set up turns where I get more than 1 card's worth of value. I don't want to play Pin the Jotun. It's not the removal I want, but we need removal, so I'll play it if I have to. Tools of Oppression, I'm only interested in if I get more Unleash cards, but I can try and get more Unleash cards. I don't want any of the rest of these. I like the first Backlash. I really don't want to play multiple Pin the Jotuns. You need a lot of relatively strong creatures. I consider Saddle Up to be good, though. I think Saddle Up is a good card to play. And Double Doors, I'm not that interested in. Same with Counting Room. Ooh, see, there's a reason to be Horu. Frostburn's nice. It is worth going into fire for, and I would take the Frostburn and splash fire if Icy Hold weren't in here. Torque is a bomb in a lot of decks. If you have enough Thunder Pops already going, then he's another card that's worth switching into. Just a 4-cost 3/3 that creates a snowball is good enough on its own, and then the ability to turn into a 4/3 with the Rocket Sled is really strong. But we're taking the Icy Hold because this card is fantastic. Winvoke, hey Stormguard, how you doing today? So I always look at Steel Golem and think, do I have any ways to make Steel Golem bigger? Because if you can make this a 2/2, it's solid. And it looks like I don't. Very sad. Pathfinder is nice because it's a 1-drop and a 2-drop. Ah, fair enough, but it's still good to see you. All right, what else have we got? Runebinder and Zito are both pretty good if I end up splashing Shadow, which I'm not totally committed to Shadow right now. I will if I have to play the Bust Out. So I don't want to have to play the Bust Out. I also will splash for Goliath Axe. That card's very good. So the question here is, do I take a card that I know I'm going to play like Yeti Intellectual? Because I don't want to splash Time and Shadow. But is Goliath Axe... Is Goliath Axe worth losing? So Starving Horror is not a splashable card, but Grim Reminder is because it's got Inscribe, and so does Bust Out. And I didn't see any good Shadow cards in the last pack. No good Shadow cards came, so I'm not expecting Shadow to flow in this direction. So I'm actually just going to take this Goliath Axe. Ooh, but suddenly the Uncountable appears. Damn it. The Uncountable is a good enough card to splash Shadow. It's so good. It just turns all your units into Impending Dooms, and it's a 2-cost 1/3 with Deadly, so it trades. Your worst case scenario with this card is trading with something bigger than it or a good removal spell. Got a Grim Reminder. I could also take the Horu Tome. I'm pretty happy with that Horu Tome. So between Horu Tome, Call the Hit, and the Uncountable. So I do have you can suggest a song, and I will play that song, and I tend to leave it on the playlist when people suggest a song. But I did not know that's what it was from. Hmm. So I have enough small units. So I'm going to take the uncountable here. That might be wrong, but I want to play with that. Disarm. I was talking about when justice flows, disarms flow. Disarm is flowing. We've also got Sprite, Tome, Intellectual, and Pathfinder, but I want this disarm. This is a good card to splash for Shadow, but there's also a disarm in this pack, which I want to play. Ooh, Felon Tome. And a Praxis Tome, less interested in that. Diminish is playable, Sprite is good, but I'm taking the Tome. Disarms are flowing. You do get a lot. If you get one disarm, you'll get a lot of disarms. But 3 disarms and a saddle up. So what I'm looking for now, I have card advantage. I have 1-for-1s, but this is a set with Unleash. So I need cards that draw multiple cards to make these single target removal spells a little bit more palatable. We've also got Frostback, Sprite, and Teriax Screecher. And I'm going to take the Screecher here, but it's pretty close. So my game plan right now is put down one of these great blockers. I'm probably not running the Pugilist in this deck. I'm going to put down a great blocker. I'm going to put down some flyers, and then I'm going to kill their attackers and block their attackers until my flyers do the rest of the job. Lost in Thought is a fine inscribe card. I'm not positive I'm running time, but I would like access to it if I am. Torgov's Wares is good. Thunderrock's Ruse is essentially a removal spell, but it's not a bad removal spell. Diminish. So Disciplinary Studies is a solid relic, but Diminish is an actual removal spell. And I'm probably not playing this Stoke. So right now, I'm hurting for units. Like, I'm running this Pugilist in this deck currently, and I'm running this Starving Horde, but I don't want to be. So I'm looking to upgrade them. Ooh, Scaly Gron or Bell Tower Shot. Bell Tower Shot is just a good removal spell. And I'd be willing to splash the Skycrag Adept, but I just want to play the Bell Tower Shot. So I have lots of removal. Ooh, Golden Horn Sentry. That is a very strong shadow card. It's better than Greenstretch Griffin, even though I love Greenstretch Griffin. Thunderpop. So my pick, the order here goes Golden Horn Security, Seek Power, Greenstretch Griffin, Thunderpop. But you would swap Thunderpop and Greenstretch Griffin if you were hurting for cheap removal. So it looks like I am solidly shadow now. Let's get these cards out. My splash is better for Shadow. My late game is better for Shadow. And I only lose the Goliath Axe. And I am sad about losing the Goliath Axe. The card's great. But I don't have to run Pin the Jotun. I have reasonable removal now in Disarm and Thunderrock's Ruse. Now I just need answers. So I do want to run Reverberating Strike in this deck because I lose to Grumbo's Platoon. I want main deck answers. All right, Golden Horn Security is excellent. Ooh, an Argenport Tome. Is it Tome or Cobbler? I think I need Cobbler, but the Tome's so good. Fixes my colors. Cobbler's so good, though. So I almost always take the Tome here. It's really that I'm just hurting for units right now. This Tome's so good. Serpent or Thirsty Bat. I think with 2 tomes, I can play this Thirsty Bat and make Justice more of my splash. Yeah, because I don't have any Justice units until much later. I may not even play the double green Black Books Enforcer, but I do want the Knuckles. All right, Flyer. Bust Out or Gron number 4 as my actual removal. Bust Out, Strike, Thunderrock's Ruse. So that's 11 spells plus 3 attachments. So 14, 27. So I am still looking for playables. 1 Inscribe. 1 Inscribe is what I've got. I think that's it. All right, so this is a 16 to 17 power deck. Might be on 17 power because I just only have 1 Inscribe card. So I don't have a lot of 2-for-1s to make my single target removal more palatable. I think I'm fine just playing 4 Grons. The lab minions is also fine now. Like it's 2 more costs for only 1 more power, but that 1 power is pretty important. Just gonna take the Gron. Gron's great. We're on Gron aggro now. So lots of late fire cards suddenly, but the hour's fine. Serpent or Thirsty Bat. I think the Serpent is just what I want with my curve right now because I've got the 4 Grons as my 2 drops. I like the Aspirant a lot. Sleight of Hand. That is the 2-for-1 I was looking for. But Chemtrail Burst is also really nice when I have a playset of Grons. Ooh. Sleight of Hand or Chemtrail Burst. I need a 2-for-1. I'm going to take the Sleight of Hand. Sad about not getting that Chemtrail Burst. Did I take that Consuming Greed before? I did not. Probably not playing it. Alright, now let's go through this deck a little. Alright, so I think I only got 1 card with Inscribe, which means I want 17 power because I have no 2-for-1s that give me anything extra. But my removal is great. I only have 1 green Stretch Griffin. I would have liked more. And I don't think I have enough relics to make Consuming Greed work. Like, I could play all the relics I have, but, like, I don't want to have to make that work. Okay, so I have playables. My playables are largely the same in a lot of different situations. Like I've got the 4 Grons. I have good 2 drops, which is rare. The question is, do I try and make this Black Book's Enforcer work? And I think I do, because I have the Hour. But I have 2 Enraged Serpents as my 4 drops. And I do think I play the Reverberating Strike just because I have so much single target removal, and I have to last. Like, that's how I win, is by lasting. So if they pull off something like a pull from duty on a Grumba's platoon, I'm going to die. And I don't want to die. All right, do I have any? So this is a good card if you have ways to pump it, which I don't. And if you have frenzy triggers, which I just have the Enraged Serpent, and that's not quite enough. It is close. All right. Let's get my power in here. 17 is what I wanted to run. Does that change if I... Yeah. I do miss my first pick Enforcer. I'm okay running... Like, I like the Hour in general. So I'm 1 Inscribe, 1 Hour of Kodosh, and 17 power. So that is effectively 19 power in 45 cards. I like that. Alright, I need to make 2 cuts. And it looks like Justice is my splash color now, so I'll get that out of here. 13 units is low. Like, that's not really enough, but we'll manage. You have a lot of removal. Hydrate is fine here just to refill my units. I think it's going to be Thunderbox Ruse because it's largely the same as Disarm, unless they have Aegis, but Disarm hits fires. All right, so I want more units than this. Let me see if I have any others that I can add. As a general rule, you want 15. Like 1/3 is not a bad rate. But if you have enough card draw, then you'll be fine. That's the only good one that I'm not running. Maybe that's better than Saddle Up right now. Yeah, I think it is with the amount of removal, with the amount of creatures that I have. You could play the Stoke Ambition. All right, let's go. We had some very bad packs, but that's okay. Very bad packs make for... Hey, it's sunny. We can keep this. The Uncountable is just really good for holding the ground, and the Thirsty Bat puts pressure on in the air. think this is Demon Dice. All right, pressure. Pressure is a good thing to have. Oh, do I just want to put 2 more power down? Yeah. So the thing to remember with green, well, this goes for any unleashed creatures. Think about what you're doing now and how long it's going to be before you get more. Ooh, so do I want to wait at least 3 more turns? If I had something better to do, I might, but we're gonna keep pressure on now. So like Sunny is just up on cards here, and Sunny likes more controlling pressure decks, if that makes sense. Let's see if Sunny wants to trade. All right, let's get down an uncountable and pass. Because they can't really attack. So if they block, then I get all this flying power. And if they attack, then I have all this flying power. So after this turn, I'm going to spend some time just leaving Backlash up. Because we are ahead by 10 points here with a Backlash. So Sunny needs to develop their board a bit, and they're going to take some damage to do that. Neat. All right, I need 1 more power so that I can turn 2 of my creatures into an impending doom. No! I should have known they had called a hit because the Uncountable is such a huge threat, and they played a Soul Feast, and they played it on my Minotaur instead of the Uncountable. Yeah, and they played... Yeah, them getting the Soul Feast back hurts, really just turns off my aggro plan. I need a 4th power. I'm kind of surprised I haven't drawn one yet, because we're at 7, 10, -1. This is annoying me. Good thing, Jobin. Okay, I gotta get rid of all my bad luck today. I kept a 3-power hand. Just need a 4th power. Hmm. Come on. I just need a 4th power. Sunny's got 7. Hmm. Ah, there's one. I think I just go for this, because they're going to gain the life no matter what. No, because I don't have anything else to play this turn. I'm going to pass, and then I'll Icy Hold at the end of their turn so that I can bust out if I have to, or bust out or sleight of hand if I draw power. But this way I get to play whatever I invoke, which is important. They also can't Soul Feast here, so they might Soul Feast in response. So they gain that extra point of life. Hmm. Well, that is solid, and it's also something I can inscribe. I'll take the rain. So eventually, this is something that they will eventually have to kill. So I'm going to hold the rain for as long as I can. But Sunny's going up to 9 power here, so I'm hoping that they were just trying to green stretch Griffin, and they can't because the Skycrag Adept is down now. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Keeping pressure on. I don't think I have... Like, I could try and play both of these in the same turn, but I don't think that's worth it. We're just going to get a flyer down. And I'm going to inscribe this so I can play my glider next turn for sure. Like, sometimes you just invoke for a power because you need a power. This is why Grons are good, by the way. They're just holding here. But I have to be... Ooh, no. I think it's actually still better to get the Serpent down. Although if I put the glider down this turn, I can start playing out... I can play the Serpent out next turn and hopefully hold it disarm. Because I am likely to draw a power. Yeah, so this might be a game where... this might be a deck where that happens a lot. Because this is just a deck that grinds advantage. I'm going to be grinding my advantage a little at a time. This is a pretty weak hand. So don't be afraid to mulligan in Eternal. I was too afraid to do a mulligan in Eternal for a long time. But like turn 2 Gron, turn 3 Horror is solid. So the only problem with a Gron plus a Horror is that let's say they play a Harness Thrill Seeker. It discourages attacking with the Thrill Seeker. So I might put it down the Hour on turn 2 instead. If they play a 2-drop, okay. So if they'd played a 2-drop there, I would have played the Hour because that means that they don't attack through the Gron. That's a good card. Not right now, but in general. Because it only gets the power boost this turn. And I'll probably block just to get the horror down so I can start doming for 5. I'm still just going to start doming for 5. I'm fine with that. I'm fine trading. Like, it is a very fragile card. You should assume that it's going to trade with something. Hopefully not something you care about too much. Ron. Rons are so good. Alright, so I'm going to hold off for a while on, like, most things. So I could start attacking for 1. I don't think that's worth it. But the longer the game goes, the better shape I'm in because I'm the control deck. I am going to bet that I have more removal, more ways to draw cards. Let's see what you got. So I'm going to take a look at their hand instead of what's in play. Ooh, that is a lot of removal. I can deal... So let's see how my removal matches up against their spells. So they've got 5 spells here. Nevermore is not a card I'm particularly scared of. Neither is Chloric Mix. Saddle Up keeps something alive. But if they Frostback Sprite, I want to be able to Reverberating Strike and try and steal a block that way. I think I just take Slip Away. That feels weird. Feels really weird. Never thought I'd do that. I'm going to disarm here. We're both control decks. Do it. Saddle up. I know you want to. I'm going to try and wait until they put down the Frostback Sprite to Reverberating Strike. So I can try and get down the Serpent and disarm in the same turn after this turn. Alright, I'm going to try and just... So I don't have... I'm taking some damage here. Like... Ooh, leaving back the 1/4? That's fine. I'll take 4. Alright, there we go. So what they want to do this turn is play that saddle up from before on this Griffin Rider Marshall because it's got taunt. I have to block it. I'm very okay with that. I can still do all the things I want to do. And they might saddle up here, and that's fine. He's good. They draw a backlash. Oh, a hydrate. That's new. I do break the ages there, and now I can disarm. I don't want to bust out here, but I might bust out here anyway. If I bust out, then I do have attacks, and I like attacks, but it also hurts my thirsty bat. So either way here, I'm freeing one creature. And I can bust out and free my serpent, or I can put down the bust out here and free my thirsty bat. But they don't know that Griffin Rider Marshall is keeping my thirsty bat in check. I think in the long term, I am more afraid of Griffin Rider Marshall. I'm out of cards here, which is bad. I'm out of cards without having put enough pressure down, and they still have that saddle up. And a Clorg mix. They have a saddle up and a Clorg mix and a Nevermore left. So 3. Oh no! That's really good against me. Oh, but they didn't just turn off my 2 Grons. That's weird to me. No blocks. That's really nice to have for a little later. You're gonna Clorg mix? Nope. This hawk is a problem. Oh no. They have too many answers. They've drawn out too many answers. Well, that was a very good draw, because what they want to do is attack, wait for me to block, and then cast a Nevermore. But I do have to be a little careful about that saddle up. So if they play a power, they're going to have Nevermore and saddle up available. Oh no! These draws are too strong. At least I still get to draw a card. Oh no. Wow, so the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draws in 6 turns. Yeah, they got me. Oof. Top decks were too strong. I mean, I drew the glider and the backlash, so it's fine. It is the hydrated copy. That's how I know they didn't have it before. I like the song. This is a Vocaloid song. I don't think it's proper Vocaloid. It's a different company. It's okay. We're getting rid of all the bad luck today. I've had like, I think I broke Arena. In MTG Arena, I had 3 consecutive games where all of my lands in the deck were in a row. So like, I would have either no lands or all the lands, but I did draw. I kept a 4-land hand and drew 14 consecutive lands. I did win that game, but like, it is worth noting. I am trying to talk through my plays a little more today than usual, just because it's a prep stream and it's good for me and I think helpful for other people. Yeah, they had the hydrated. Oh. I made a mistake that game of playing too much around Like I saw their hand, and I'm like, I know their hand now, and I played too much around what I knew, and they consistently beat me with cards I wasn't playing around. They just played the card they drew every turn and wrecked me. They didn't have to play any of the cards that I saw with the bell tower shot until I died, until the last turn. Vocaloid was cool because it lets people write songs that um then they can't necessarily sing. No power. Dragonic dude, thanks for cheering. Hey, how you doing today? Good to see ya. This is a slow hand, but I gain a lot of life, so I'm gonna keep it. Everybody check out Dragonic dude. He does some very nice high energy variety content. We're prepping for tomorrow's Eternal Open right now. Just doing a little bit of last minute practice because I got no time to practice this week. So the bat puts a lot of pressure on. It attacks well, and it attacks through things like Scaly Grons. So it also enables Unleash, and the question here is, do I wait to play the Griffin? So if I play Green Stretch Griffin right now, it's one body. But I'd have to wait 3 turns to get the second body, and that's not worth the loss of tempo. Sometimes it is. Against some decks, it might, like, if this were a fire deck that didn't have a unit yet, I'd think that was worth it. Lame. There goes my life gain. Alright, well, we're on the Grim Reminder plan. Let's wait 23 turns. No blocks. I have an effective 2 removal spells. I have an effective 3 removal spells. I'm guessing they have a Caloric Mix or some way to deal with this. But right now, Grim Reminder plus Green Stretch Griffin has us winning this race. I'm sorry, Duo. Oh, shoot. I'm pressing a button. There's a button. What does this button do? Bust out just to attack. Yeah. I've been good. I had a lot of work to do this week. I played Phasmophobia last weekend. Tomorrow I'm playing in the Eternal Open, and then I'm playing Inscription, and I'm really excited to show everyone Inscription. By the way, if you haven't played, if you might be interested in Inscription tomorrow and don't know what it is, don't look anything up. It's better that way. I can either diminish an attack or just uncountable here and turn it into a 5/5 and then keep turning it into a 5/5. I still expect them to have a Caloric Mix, so I'm just gonna make an Impending Doom. The uncountable is here. Count me if you dare. Oh, you're lame. Slip Away is a playable card, but only if your deck that can reliably put on enough power. Oh, because I'm already exhausted. Pass! Probably disarming here, just to keep the clock in my favor. I think it's worth a disarm. Because if I draw a unit that is... If I draw a Gron, it becomes an Impending Doom. And the Impending Dooms are a good clock, but I gotta be a little careful. Suddenly, everybody's got these short breaks. This might be the same opponent, actually. So 3, 4, 5 in the air is what I'm taking. Plus 1, plus 2. So 7 puts me to 8, but then I get to Screecher here. That's bad, Dragonic dude. I have some of those in this audience. All right, no blocks. Hopefully they don't have another hydrate. Dude, I think you'd love Inscription. I'm excited to show you if you happen to be around tomorrow after the open run. Looks like they have a saddle up. It could be a hydrate. Hmm. Let's see what they've got here. Because if they play a Disarm, I may not attack. Block, block. So I think I just have to pass here and turn this into an impending doom next turn. Jesus. This is the same opponent, isn't it? Yeah. Can you stop? All right, if I put down the Serpent, I block. But I can't put down the Serpent. I can turn my 4/5 into a 5/5, and that's a blocker. And I think I have to, so I get pinged. This puts me at 2. I get pinged, I block, and I die. So I have to slide a hand here and draw a relevant card and a snowball. Because if I just turn this into a 5/5 blocker, it blocks here. I take through two, I take 2 and I die. So I have to sleight of hand. There's one snowball. Well, if they have a saddle up, I die. But I don't know why they wouldn't have played it last turn if they had the saddle up. At 1, is this a Thunder Pop? We did it. We hit the bell tower shot we needed. All in? I'm okay with that. Keeps me alive. If I play the strike here, it takes out the Aegis and puts them to 4, and I still have lethal next turn. The Serpent is an additional blocker, and I still die to a Thunder Pop. So let's hope they don't draw Thunder Pop. Yeah! That was a tough one. All right, game 3. Let's see if we get the same opponent a third time. Oh, it wasn't the same opponent. I like these emotes. Alice Sawyer. That's cool. I mean, if you want to play duo, We can probably set it up. All right, so this is a snap keep because I've got a Gron and a Griffin plus something to do late. Like a 2-drop and a 3-drop is enough a lot of the time. And I would like a second primal, but it's not strictly necessary. Oh, hey, it's that card I asked for. Thank you, deck. So now if I draw a sleight of hand, I can still play it. So if I draw something better to play on 3, I might wait. But otherwise, I'm going to be fine just putting down a body on 3, a flying body. I am a terrifying opponent duo, especially because I win a lot of my games by remembering how you play. Love a song. Well, I don't think they want to trade, but I'm not going to give them the option. Ami, thanks for the follow. How are you today? I hope you're having a good day as well. All right, so there was no pause. So they don't have a Stone Skin or a Stutter Step, which are the two one-cost tricks in time. It is worth knowing about Stone Skin. If you played a lot before, you might not know that Stone Skin is only 1 power now. They dropped the cost. That card is good now, and it is a trick that is worth studying. Be aware of Stone Skin. You should also be aware of Stutter Step, but it's a lot less important that you're aware of Stutter Step. We just keep the pressure on. I'm going to take 1 here and block the 2-1. Just get a good idea of the common tricks. If you don't have time to know the uncommon tricks, that's fine. But like collection rounds, Starving Horror, Thunder Pop, Stone Skin, Saddle Up, Find the Moment. Shoot, what's the red one? It's very helpful. Glide. Love the glider in this deck. So my left eye, I was trying to do so many different things with it, and finally my artist was like, "Well, you're gonna get a little bit of a green screen effect," and I'm like, that's fine. So this scares me. It means they probably have something to make this a lethal attacker. They're putting on a lot of work to punch in 3 damage here, but I don't have a choice but to block. Oh, okay. Well, it does tie these down as blockers. But I need to leave this Griffin back if I'm going to use it to actually... Well, that's our first. I'll try and keep a power in my hand this game. Just in general, because I have the uncountable. And I want to try and use the glider every turn for the rest of the game. So, or at least until they kill it. Leaving the Griffin back makes it so that they can't tie down both of my blockers with these Minotaur muscles. Because if I attack with this anytime, tracking my opponents makes me feel like I'm cheating because it's not something I can do in most games. Eternal just has a smaller player base, but thank you. But tracking the meta is a little more fair, and anybody can do that. All right, well, I still don't really. I'm gonna leave the glider back. I don't want to risk my glider right now. I'll risk my Griffin, and I'll risk my glider a little later. Like, they're trying to race, because right now I'm going to be paying 5 every turn to draw a card. Do they know this? That's going to hurt. All right, if I just disarm that, keep drawing cards, we'll be fine. Ooh, that's great. That means I can Grim Reminder and Highwind Glider next turn. I don't want to dodge, you don't have to mute. Damn it, I thought I knew the lyrics and I was wrong. In the cupboard when the elephants arrive, I want to love you madly. I want to love you now. Alright, block, because I gotta. Disarm the 6/5, and if they Indifference here, which Indifference is a common trick in pack 3, so it's a lot less likely, but it's still worth knowing about. And it's only in Zenith, because it's only 1 power, but it's in Zenith, it's in Time and Shadow. So Indifference is only something you need to worry about in the Time Shadow decks. Chainsaw Man is incredible. It totally blew me away. I was not expecting anything, and like, wow, just a great show. All right, we're gonna put our starving horns here. It's like he's a relatable protagonist in a sad way. Oh, that was a fine draw. I'm gonna keep playing sigils. I'm gonna put the Grand down instead of the horror this turn. It's like, but like, it's also so sharp. It's like such a wholesome, relatable thing, and also there's blood everywhere. Great show. I was really stunned by how good it was. And this is a good season, too. Like, Chainsaw Man's the one that it helps to just experience. I think it's good to go in blind. It's gory, which you probably knew, but everything else you may not have known. Yeah, I feel a little bad drafting such a grindy control deck. I do have double shadow. So, I've lost to this. If something has inscribe, make sure you have the influence to play it because it will default just play it as a power. That's totally fair. Well, I've got a lot of disarm for that 6/5. What does that do? Taunt? Oh no! I forgot about the hour giving taunt actually. That was a misplay, but I'm up enough on cards that it's fine. I'm gonna hold this because I do have a whatchamacallit. I think I disarm this and the 6/5 after they play it. Yeah, I think you'd love Chainsaw Man Duo. This is a great season. Like there's Chainsaw Man, there's Mob Psycho. I think I'm gonna try and bait out a pump spell if they have one. So the interaction is going to be they attack with probably with both taunt, flash out the horror, block, they stone skin, and I'll disarm. Because I'm fine just taking this hit too. But like, what would they have that they would? Oh no, dismantle. That feels like cheating. Block. Yeah, I'm gonna fight. I'm fine with this trade because disarming here means that my 5/1 trades with their 1/1. It's gonna be a grind. I would have liked one into the unknown or through the unknown to pick up my glider. I was kind of relying on that. It's gonna be so grindy. No! I don't think I can beat that. Oh god, I don't think I can beat that at all. Hmm. We'll start attacking and hope they play a spell here that I can backlash trigger frenzy. Like I have to out life gain this, and that's gonna be so difficult. Block, disarm. Hold up, backlash for the rest of the game. I'm looking for the uncountable now. The uncountable is how I win. However, it's going to be very difficult because of this Grim Reminder. Okay, I lose. That's not true. I have a Golden Horn security of my own. But the first Golden Horn security does tend to win. Shoot. I think they got me with that. I just drew too many power in a row. I'm 11 deep, so I only have 12 power deep. They only have 5 power left, and I have 19 cards. That seems pretty standard. Oof, I think they got me. That's fine. I'm going to pitch the power instead of countering this. And die. Ow. This is me not having enough units. Alright, let's try again. This deck would really benefit from a few more green stretch griffins or a boundless knowledge. So this season of anime is Mob Bleach. New Bleach is back. Mob Psycho. The Renee Takahashi show. Shoot, the Space Invader alum, I think. What's that called? New Hero Academy season. Golden Kamui. New season of Golden Kamui is incredible. Love that show. Oh, I don't know that one. Do it yourself? Is that airing currently? Let me look it up. I'll look into it. Oh, and Spy Family. Spy Family's been so cute, it's ridiculous. Oh, and Encouragement of Climb. Oh, this is cute. Encouragement of Climb is also airing this season. Alright. We can keep this on the back of a turn 2 Thirsty Bat. We just have to hit our Justice or our second Primal. Hey, it's Goswer. Bat. I'd really like to block this bat, but I can't because we don't have any follow-ups. I drew the only power that. Oh, now they're gonna. Goswer's gonna laugh at me because they're gonna see my hand and be like, "Oh, what garbage." Goswer's. We see them on the ladder a lot. Although I haven't seen them much this season, which I guess makes sense as to why they're gold. Do I Bell Tower shot them or do I wait for the Stinging Wind? I think I wait for the Stinging Wind to just try and get to some justice. Hello. That's scary. We're just going to take a Terrazon. If they draw that 5th power, they get to play the Terrazon, and if they don't, they get to play a Stinging Wind. But that means that I'm now the defender. This is a defensive matchup for me now. So I need to think about how my cards are going to match up to theirs. So I'm going to trade. I'm going to trade here. I'm going to disarm one. I'm going to disarm the Terrazon. I'm going to diminish something, and then I'm going to start drawing cards with the Highwind Glider. And they have one unknown card right now. Great draw. Hello, Gron. It was very good to see you. So Gron in a control deck is really important because it means that I don't have to spend my removal spells on their 3/3s and their 2/1s. I can save my removal spells for stuff like Towering Terrazon. JPS? What's JPS? Oof. Just need justice. Give me justice. This is not my day, huh? They gave me justice cards. I was a fool. Alright, if I block here, I take 5, 6, 7, 10, and I die next turn. If I block here, I take 4, 7, and I die next turn, but I can draw a Reverberating Strike. If I draw a Reverberating Strike, I block here. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go to 3, block, and I still die if I draw a Reverberating Strike. But if I draw a Justice, I can disarm, disarm, block. And if I disarm, disarm, and block, I take 2. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they got me no matter what. I just didn't draw my Justice. Oh, looks like they have a pump spell. Wow. They milled my justice. Is there any reason that they wouldn't attack here? Not that I can think of. Not when any creature getting through is lethal. Oof. I shouldn't have kept a hand without any justice sigils. Alright, we're gonna draft again because that was trash. And I need to get all the bad luck out of my system before tomorrow. Yeah, that's fine. Puts me to 17. Probably win 1,000. Jobin, what is JPS? I think Rockford is a great card, but I don't know if I want to commit to 2 colors now. Although there's nothing else in this pack that makes me think, huh, I should commit to this color. Justice Primal Shadow. Ah, yes, I agree with that. Hey, Zephyr, is hard. So, like, I think that deck, as a hard control deck, works because, like, you need 3 things. You need hard removal. How you doing today, Zephyr? So, for Justice Primal Shadow to work, you need hard removal. You need a source of card advantage, a good one, and I was relying on the glider, and that was not quite enough. And you need Scaly Grons to block the 3/3s and 1/1s and 2/2s of the format. Distracted, is that a bad thing? Do you need just life distracted or video game distracted? Because those are 2 very different feelings. So I think I'm taking Rockford here just because this is a bad pack. Like, Through the Unknown is the only card that is comparable in power, but if I am short of Through the Unknown, I'm okay. Whereas if I end up running Fire or Time, I'm okay. I'm pretty happy with that. Someday this card will work for me. All right, is today the day? Do I go for this? Do I try and get Unlock the Vault to work? Hey, Project, how you doing? We're practicing for tomorrow's draft open. Let me know if you have any questions, and or complaints. So I haven't gotten the chance to play with the new binding agreement, but it does feel very strong, especially because Time tends to be a mid-rangey, grindy deck that just plays out big creatures. Love this song. The Garrote is also very powerful. So I think it's between Binding Agreement and Hidden Garrote here on power. Display of Survival is excellent. You have to be very heavy Primal, but like Primal is the one that you want to be heavy on. And then Unlock the Vault is just a card that I really want to get to work so badly. I want this card to work. Oh, so badly. If we weren't practicing for the open, I would take this and I would be trying to force this deck and I would just grab enough relics to make this card work. But I have to take a good card, which is Display. It's between Display, Binding Agreement, and Hidden Garrote. And so this is an aspirational pick. If I take Display of Survival, I'm saying I'm not running the rock for it, and I am pushing hard for Primal. And that's a legitimate strategy for it tomorrow. Primal is very good. Primal also, if you end up forcing Primal, you are most likely to have a strong deck, because Primal's commons are the strongest by a wide margin. That's why Primal tends to have the best win rates, just because if you cobble a deck together or end up in Primal, then you're still going to be okay. Taking the Binding Agreement is leaning towards being a mid-range grind deck. Like Rockford sort of does the same thing. They're both just ways to spend your power and keep cards coming. Rockford's also nice. Engraver is my favorite, but Rockford and Engraver have very similar roles. So the difference is that Rockford jumps you to 6 power from 4 power, and Engraver jumps you from 3 power to 5 power. And Fire has the best 5s in this set, and the worst 3s besides Engraver and the Captain. How you doing, Stammered? So like Engraver would be another aspirational pick. I would be trying to grab a strong Fire deck, but I think it's going to be Binding Agreement. Like the problem is I haven't gotten to play this I have not played this Binding Agreement yet. And then Garrot is probably the strongest card, but I'm going to take the Binding Agreement and move on. Bone Picker is a great card. Thunder Pop. So if we had taken that Primal card in the last pack, we would have been really happy to take Thunder Pop here. And the Hermit is playable. Like, it's very good, but it's not the 5-drop I want to grab. And I think I'd rather just have the Bone Picker because it's a 3-cost 3/3 that eventually will take over the game. Like you only have to pump it a few times to be out of range of a lot of removal. I also like Fire Primal Shadow a lot. Bad pack immediately punished. Not worth playing. Smooth Hustle's not quite good enough. Derringer will frequently... You will frequently have decks where Derringer is good. But I don't know if I want to try and force a deck where Derringer is good. What a terrible pack. Like, Insight and Derringer are the playables. Saddle Up is good if you're Primal, which I'm kind of interested in that because of it. I'm trying to stay open here. So I think I just take the Derringer. There's a lot of cards that make Derringer good. Beaker Blast, Seek Power, Beaker Blast, and the Harpoon's a signal. It's between Beaker Blast and Seek Power, and it's actually pretty close. Beaker Blast is so good, but I think I'm taking the Seek Power. Primal is open. Like, that's kind of why I want this power. But I think I'm taking the Harpoon here. Harpoon's just a good card. Yeah, it looks like Primal and Fire are open, which is really good news for me. But Seek Power keeps me even more open than that. Hey, Coil. Yeah, it was. I'm in a great mood. I'm getting all my bad luck out of my system now so that I can wield my luck to the fullest extent tomorrow. I think it's just the Harpoon here, and I full pivot to Primal Fire because it's so rare that Primal and Fire are both open, and I think that's the best deck. It's just hard to get the cards for it. But, like, there's a Beaker Blast and a Harpoon and a Gron and a Seek Power in this pack and an Ice Glider. Like, I have first picked Harpoon and Beaker Blast. I first picked Gron, but not because I was happy about it. I already have a Derringer, and Derringer lends itself to being, like, a flying deck. I think it's Seek Power still. No, I'm going to take the Harpoon over Seek Power. But if you were to take Seek Power, I'd be very happy. Like, now there's no Fire cards and no Primal cards, and one playable time card is a terrible pack. I'm going to take the Saddle Up. Sleight of Hand or Derringer. If I take the Derringer, I would just be the Derringer deck. I do like the Derringer deck. I think these are just abnormally bad packs, though, because, like, these are 6 pretty bad commons. Take the Derringer. So Sleight of Hand and Derringer are sort of opposites, but they both go into Fire Primal. Panic Ensues, Little Brother, Cleave, terrible pack. Taking the Panic Ensues. What is happening? I feel like the people on my right are taking cards at random. I'm going to take the Peacekeeper. But that's fine, because what matters is this next pack. Hellfire Rifle or Notaring Collects. We're going to take the Rifle. So we might end up being a weapon deck. This could have been an Open the Vaults deck. Ooh. So I think Kieran and Rocky Ride are both standout cards. Halo Tip Spray is great if you are the aggro fire deck, because curving into a Halo Tip Spray is lethal a lot of the time. Like, this is Inscribe, deal 6 damage to the enemy player. Cloud Snake is nice. I'm really hurting for units right now. And I think I just want the Kieran. Yeah. Because, like, I'm not committed to Primal here. I don't know what happened. Primal was available in that pack, and that's it. But I'm going to take the Kieran, because I think the Kieran into a Derringer is very strong, if a little bit fragile. Rocky Ride is so good, though. I mean, it's pretty normal. It could also just be the Terrazon. Terrazon might be better than Kieran here. But putting a Derringer on a Kieran feels so powerful. I think I'm supposed to just take the Terrazon. No, Kieran is a little bit better. It's close, though. Seek Power, Chamber's good. Nico's very strong, but I've only got Panic Ensues and Bone Picker, and I don't have anything to use with Nico. I also like Raptor, but I think my deck is such a mess right now that I just want to have that signal open. So I'm going to take the Seek Power and wait for the signal. I mean, Unionist is a strong signal because both people... There's not a lot of cards you want more than Unionist, and 2 people pass it on the right. So... But my only Justice cards was Saddle Up and Peacekeeper, and I don't think that's worth pivoting for. I do have a Harpoon to go with the Waykeeper. And Derringer on Waykeeper feels very good because it's got Aegis. I'm gonna take the Waykeeper over the Unionist, even though the Unionist is so good. The Unionist is really good. And I have one rock for it, and 2 people passed me the Unionist. That tells me I'm gonna keep getting Justice cards. So if I end up Combre, Optimum, thanks for the follow. How you doing? You might be right, Stammered. Maybe I should be ignoring signals right now and just commit to a color. By the way, so it seems like a lot of people just came in. If there's a song you want to see and you haven't followed yet, then following will almost give you enough points for a song, and you can just suggest a song and we'll all listen to it. How you doing, Optimum? I hope you're having a good evening. We're just doing a bit of practice for tomorrow's Eternal Open. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And I am really torn here because the thing is, this is my favorite card in the set. Like, look at her. Look how cool she is. She's working so hard. She gains Unleash if you have the relics. I do love that song, but I want something like this. Something swingy. All right. I like swingy cards when I'm drafting. I like swing. All right. We've got Bone Picker and Panic Ensues. Whatever we do here, we have to start getting units. Like, I've got some tricks, whatever colors I end up in. I've got fire attachments, which I do really like. I like Derringer with the Unionist a lot. And if I take the Waykeeper, it combos with my Derringers and my Hunter's Harpoons, and I would end up being Fire Primal Time. Just with cheap spells, keeping the pressure on. I do kind of like that idea. So this is my Fire Primal Time deck with my single unit so far. And Justice gives me this back. And Shadow gives me this back. So the question is, which way do I want to lean? And I think I'm going to just lean in with the power and take the Unionist. Starving Horror is great now, but like, it's not worth going into Shadow for. It's worth taking if you're already Shadow. And Saddle Up is good if I already have the Unionist. So I'm going to take the Unionist, and that's my own prejudice because I love the Unionist. And suddenly, no Justice cards in this pack. So they took different Justice cards over the Unionist, and now Justice is dry. So there was a Justice card in this pack. Somebody took it. I was wrong to take the Unionist, and I should have taken the Waykeeper. And I'm sad about that. But I do have an Ice Glider I can take, which wears the Derringers and the Hellfire Rifles really well. So I'm going to take the Ice Glider over the Serpent, even though it's pretty close, just because if I do end up with a light splash of Primal, I can still play the Glider. Primal was not open, and suddenly it's open again, and I don't understand what's happening. I feel like I forgot how this works altogether. Thrill Seeker or Terrazon? So let's cut Shadow. And now Justice is suddenly closed. Alright, so we're committing hard. We're taking this Terrazon because the Terrazon is just really good over the Thrill Seeker. Thunderpop and Hour of Linray, both are cards that I really, really like. But we're going to take the Thunderpop because I want more spells. I like this emote. Everyone is offered a Fall of the Spire. Sleight of Hand or Hydrate. Hydrate is playable. Arcanum Orb. Okay, so I do want to talk about this a little bit. Don't take Arcanum Orb for generic ramp. You take Arcanum Orb when you have too many 5-drops, which happens a lot because you take Terrazons and Grizzled Hermits and Party Crashers so high because they're good cards. So then the Arcanum Orb is very strong. But I'm not there yet, and I'm really hurting for units. So I'm going to take a little bit... well, I could take the Hydrate to with my Binding Agreement, or the Arcanum Orb and lean into my Relics. So if I take the Arcanum Orb, suddenly Prospectors get a lot better. It does unlock a lot of units very suddenly. I take Orb if I have 3 Towering Terrazons, which does happen. More than it should. I guess I can hedge on it, just because Hydrate and Sleight of Hand are not cards I'm happy to play. So I'm going to hedge on the Arcanum Orb. Gron, I missed you. I should have taken you sooner. I'm so sorry. I'll take a second Ice Glider. Stutter Step I actually do like, but you need so Stutter Step is good because it's 1 mana, save your creature, and that's only worth having if you have a lot of card draw. So if you have a bunch of Boundless Horizons, the 4 mana Unleash draw 2 cards, or a bunch of Unleash cards, then Stutter Step is fine. But I'm going to take the Ice Glider because we are an Ice Glider deck. Jotun Warrior is not the 5-drop you want, but it holds the ground. It does its job. Likewise, Pin the Jotun is not the removal you want, but it does its job. Now there's a Justice Bomb. It's too late to go back to Justice. Brigade Hall is also a bomb. Alright, if I cut Fire for Justice, I lose 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Yeah, 2 Justice Bombs. And I already have... So this is not... I feel bad. I really wanted to have a straightforward draft for everybody to help people prepare. And instead I have the most complex, flexible, shifty draft. Like, this is probably helpful for some people. I feel like I should take the Loyalist here. But Brigade Hall plus Unionist... These are both bombs. These are both cards that win the game. Loyalist and Brigade Hall. Yeah, Fire gives me Derringer, Rockford, Harpoon, and Hellfire Rifle, which are all very good cards and a solid game plan. But I think I go back to Justice here and take one of these Justice Bombs. Because there's... Like, Dash is a good card, but it's very aggressive. You're right. The thing is, like, the signals has just been so messy, but I don't want to play like the signals are going to continue to be messy, because that's not helpful to people. Which means Fire's back, and I'm taking the Dasher. I've never passed either of these cards when unopened, though. I have just pivoted for them. But we're taking the Dasher. Dasher, Screecher over Dasher? Screecher is okay. But it's just okay. I like Ice over a lot, too. And Warrior Monk is what I would take if I wanted to stay on color. But I do already have 2 6-drops. I think this is just going to be a somewhat aggressive deck. And I take the Dasher here. Like, the thing is, Dasher on turn 1 is frequently 12 points of damage before they can answer it. And I have the ability to take advantage of that with my Gliders. No, this is not a very fire-heavy deck. Like, if I just do this and splash Justice, I'm not giving up that much. Brigade Hall is just so... It is that good. Alright, I'm going to take the Brigade Hall, and we're pivoting to Justice. Ooh. Batslight Refugee is excellent. Vow of Silence is solid. Hoof Stomp and Warning Shot are both cards I'd be pretty happy to play, but I think I just want Inscribe at this point. The Refugee is very strong. But right now, I don't have any Inscribe, and this is the deck that wants Inscribe. I think I take the Scalehide over the Refugee. I mean, Refugee does its job so well, but it's double Justice. That's pretty hard for me to play right now. My removal is only Thunder Pop, Pin the Jotun, so I could use some removal. Someday I will grab this talk and play him. I'm going to take the Scalehide, though. Get that Inscribe. Hey! Alessi's Choice is a good card. So is Chloric Mix, so is Carnosaur Beta, so is Trick Throw. This is a great pack. Griffin's okay. I think... So, like, Alessi's Choice is... I need removal in units right now. I'm going to take that Alessi's Choice. I mean, it's not like other people take the talks. Passing the Beta hurts a lot, but Alessi's Choice is fine removal spell. Bait and Light's a good removal spell. I think it's going to be the Eagle, though. Bait and Light is excellent. Vow of Silence is excellent. But Snowpeak Eagle, I think, is one of the better Inscribe cards. I'm going to take it because I am hurting for units right now. Dardamus! So, Runesword or Dardamus? Suddenly there's fire cards. Like, this Runesword is very good. Like a 4/4 weapon that inscribes is excellent. Dardamus is also very good. I'm short on threes, but I think the sword is just too strong to pass here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Inscribe? Forestall is a good trick. Embezzler is a great finisher if I were Shadow. And Intellectual is not a bad card if I can power it up a bit. Like, Dardamus is fine. I need units. I'm really hurting for units. Like, I'm hurting for playables because I pivoted so many times. I'm playing the Peacekeeper, though. I like that card if I have a reasonable late game deck. I would love a Grumbo's Platoon. Lawson thought it's a good inscribe spell, but Forestall is just a good trick. I don't want to run this Pin the Jotun. Peace, how you doing? It's nice to meet you. Having a good day? Hope you're having a good day. Frostburn. I want Frostburn. I think Rune Sword is still better than Ice over here, because I'm a very late game deck. Icy Hold, rewarded. Wow, suddenly 1, 2, 3, 4 fantastic cards. I think it's Icy Hold over the Spellhammer, but like, it's pretty close. Icy Hold, take Invoke if you can. Invoke's just so good. Disarm! Caustic Rain is also a card I'm really happy to see. If I had enough single target removal, I would take Caustic Rain over Disarm. Ice over is nice. It did. I am actively playing Arena. Oh, tough pick. Eagle or Trick Throw? I think I need the unit now. Yeah, I do. I know. I know. This is a weird one. I feel like nobody's going to have a draft like this tomorrow. Now we open a Stone Scar Mall. Yeah, this is... Everybody, if this is the first one you're seeing, this is not a normal draft. This is not how it usually is. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with a counter spell that inscribes. Yeah, so Peace, I was number 1 last season. This season, I'm stuck a lot higher. Gonna fly. Gron. I think it is Gron. So I really like the Tinker here, but this is going to come down... Like, Gron is better in general. But let's say this was a 1/4. It does come down to color. Because I want to make sure that I have Primal early. And like Tinker Union says it's a 2-drop, but this is a 6-drop. I want to play this for 6 power with with one of these cards in play. I do like the Trainee too, but we're going to take Scaligron here very happily. Lights Out is another Lights Out. What is this draft? I'm going to take the Waykeeper over Thunderpop. I'd also be pretty happy with the Lucky Prospector here. So like 13 spells is a lot. And I do have a little bit of actual removal. You like Spectral Armor more than the Waykeeper? Spectral Armor is like a good counter spell, but I think I just need... Like, 11 units is not enough. I don't have enough units right now. Yeah, exactly. I need my units. So this is 17. So I do have a lot of Inscribe plus a Kieran. So I have enough Inscribe that I can only run, that I'm probably going to be running 15 power. So this is 28 cards. So yeah. Like the thing is, Spectral Armor is a great card. But I have good spells. Like I might cut the Stone Skin. I don't want to cut the Stone Skin, but I'm probably playing all of these spells. And 13 spells is quite a lot. I might upgrade this Reverberating Strike if I get the option, but I need the Waykeeper right now. Has anybody had a lot of experience with Oxidize? I've been medium on it. Sometimes it's good. Is between Scaly, Gron, and Covenant Peacekeeper here? I think I just want the 3rd Gron. I love this song. I keep ending up with these 4 Gron decks. Is 3 Ice Gliders too many? 3 Ice Gliders might be too many. I've not been a fan of Core Repairman since the nerf. I love Argenport Adept. So I just do want to talk about this a little bit. Like, Argenport needs cards like this. It needs creatures and cards that are inherent 2-for-1s. So it is worth grabbing Argenport Adepts early. So I didn't get any fixing. I just have a lot of Inscribe. And that does do enough most of the time. Like, but especially Primal. So I have lots of Primal and lots of Justice Inscribe. But at this point, time might be my splash color. Yeah, I do think I just want to play 3 Ice Gliders this game. I think that's the kind of deck this is. That's the 3rd Lights Out this pack? What the hell? Recruit is just okay. I like Saddle up here, but I'm probably not playing any of these. I do love the Tailor. Apparently, I'm the only person in the game who loves the Tailor. So I would cut Kieran for the Tailor, and then cut Stone Skin and be heavier Justice than Time. So I don't want the second Saddle up. I think 1 is enough for this deck with 13 spells. So I'm going to take the Tailor in case I open... Because if I open a 2-drop Justice card or something reasonable... None cards in this pack. I'll take the Tome. Oh, that's a very late Seek Power. Do I need this Nevermore? I think Seek Power is just too good for me to take because it opens up the ability to run Super Soup. So I have 2 Seek Powers. So I don't have anything worth splashing really. But I could splash like the Hunter's Harpoon and the Rockfort. Is the 4th Gron better than the first Nevermore? I don't think it is. I think I want this Nevermore. Bust out. None. Alright. So it's kind of a mess. This draft was a mess, but a fun mess. I enjoyed myself. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to look at my power first. So normally I do that a little bit different, but I've got 2 Seek Powers. And so much Inscribe. I love that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Inscribe spells means I can safely run just 15 power, but none of my Inscribe is in any other colors. So let's start with our power cards, just the good ones. Some removal. Maybe I'll put the Strike back in. I think this 3rd Glider does take away the Warrior plan, but since I'm winning with Gliders most of the time, and I have a whopping 6 Flyers with Aegis, I'm a lot more interested in powering them up. So I'm going to run this Brigade Hall. And I'm going to move Time over to my splash color. I think I'm putting Fire back in. I think I'm going to... So this is a deck where I'm fortunate enough to have a plan, a good one. And I can make that plan... Right. So I was not happy with Fire until my... Wait, there you are. I mean, my Fire is pretty weak, but I've got those 2 Derringers, and I kind of want to splash for the 2 Derringers. So so Derringer and Rockfort and Hunter's Harpoon are normally not the cards I would want. Yeah, I do love the Harpoon. Like, my time is solid. Binding Agreement and Towering Terrazon are both fine. Do I want to get more relics in to make the Unionists work? I don't know that I have any. I have Rockfort in here. Rockfort, Brigade Hall, and 2 Rune Swords. I could run 1 time in this Alessi's choice, but time really dried up. Oh shoot, I can't play the Rockfort if I don't play time. Yeah, I forgot that I'd use Time Fire. Yeah, this draft was a mess. You don't want your draft to go the way that this one did. Reverberating Strike has been nice just because Grumpo's Platoon is so powerful. I don't mind playing a late game out muscle or Hellfire Rifle. But Hellfire Rifle is going to be tough because it's double fire. I don't think I have any Frenzy. Yeah, we're on the out muscle. Is that enough units? 13 units is pretty low. Wow, I have not been taking enough units. Oh, this is a unit. 14 units is right at the cusp. That draft made my head hurt. I was trying so hard to read signals and I went so badly. Not enough removal. One disarm, one thunder pop, ice over, plenty of pump. Yeah, I am just on the ice glider plan, which is not a bad plan. It does attack well. Hidden Jotun, reverberating strike. Somebody told me that my music gave them whiplash, but a good song's a good song. 3 fire is plenty with 2 seek powers, because I don't need it until late. But like my plan is to hold the ground, put a weapon on a flyer, and kill the things that might block it. Let's go. This is how I adjust to adversity in the draft process. Let's steal some wins. Oh, I forgot. So we can do yeah. People have been first picking platoon. Like, luckily people have understood how good platoon is now, so people can't get so many. But like if you first pick a platoon and grab like a pool, like Combray is good now. Justice Time is good enough now if you have enough platoons. If you have 3 platoons, then Combray suddenly is great. All right, so I'm putting up a prediction, and you all are going to so you all have 5 minutes to bet channel points on how many wins you think I'll get. And the way this works is if you and somebody else bet 1,000 points and 9,000 points on a given outcome, and then that outcome occurs, then the total amount of channel points bet on that will be divvied out between the two of you based on how many you put in. However, if you think I'm going to get 1 win and you put 1 point into 1 win and nobody else thinks that I will only get 1 win, then you'll still get all of the points that people put in. So you have 5 minutes to predict how many wins you think I'll get with this deck, and the winner or winners will probably win a lot of points. See, when I play MTG Arena, my viewers are so supportive and wonderful, and they all pick 7 wins, so people don't win any points. But I think all of you can look at this deck and think, oh, this deck is wild, and let's see how lucky Scuffle can get. It's more of a gamble here, you know? Because I am confident I will usually get 7 wins in my arena drafts, but I can't say the same for Eternal. I'm sorry, Stormguard. It is. I don't know. I think this deck is solid. I'm gonna steal some. Like I do well with decks that reward that in which I can plan enough to steal a win from somebody. I'll be able to steal some wins today. Ooh, can I keep a Unionist hand with only 1 power? I mean, it's got to. I'm gonna keep this. Because I can taunt and scale hide on turn 3. Any power I draw is great. I think I still want to put down the ice over. And then I'll hold the scale hide to turn it into a pseudo removal spell with my turn 2 Unionist. I might put in 1 more piece of fire, because that'll put me up to 6 fire sources in a 45 card deck. I just don't need fire until pretty late, usually. No Thunder Pop. Hey, great. I really want to kill that. Taunt. So this is a format, like, you need removal. You have to kill things like Wind Screamer. But Taunt plus Pump Spell equals removal spell. And it's not always kill the thing you want to kill, but it does kill. So Fire Sigil off the top would be fantastic because I can Harpoon here. Aww. I do think it's worth putting the Peacekeeper down here if I draw a fire. Hmm. I think it's still worth putting the Peacekeeper down. But this is a great example of why Peacekeeper is bad if you aren't directly building towards something. Nah, I'm just going to pass. I want to get a better turn set up with the Peacekeeper. Maybe punch through some damage with a Harpooned Ice Glider. Well, I'll have to kill that. Oh, that's nice. Gron! One Warcry makes Gron so nice. So we'll learn a lot by what they do here. All right. I just need to draw some power. There's one. So I don't want to take 6 here. But the warrior down. Nah, I still just want to stun this and crack. One more power. I gotta get my Ice Glider down. I need to shoot you, Armaments Collector. I first pick Armaments Collector a lot. The card's so good. Not gonna Sleight of Hand first, or even on my turn? Yes. Attack first. And shoot. There's so many good 2 toughness expensive creatures. Ice Glider really kills a lot. What is happening today? What are people playing? Crinkly Boys! It's the Crinkly Boys! This is another first pickable primal card. So we can learn a bit. If they had something like deal 3 damage, maybe an Icicles, they would have snapped this off to take out my Aegis. And the fact that they didn't means that they're either... Yeah, that's fair. Talking to people and, oh, me. You know, I'm okay with this trade. They can, what, Stone Skin? I'm still okay with this trade. I was okay trading for a Stone Skin there, too, because I want to put down my Warriors. Ooh, but that's a great draw. Shooting down the Crinkly Boys. So I'm ahead on board right now. And if Fire just turns his hand into something very strong. Well, I essentially just drew another Ice Glider that doesn't shoot. So I'm fine with this trade. I'm going to keep being fine with trades. Right up until I draw Fire. Aw. Thanks, Project. I appreciate your faith. I'm just putting this down and activating it. It blocks the Crinkle Boys. If they attack with both, I know right away that they have a pump spell. And it's important to try and figure out what pump spells people have. They might also have a Green Stretch Griffin, which is a good reason not to attack with the Serpent or block the Serpent with the Serpent. Ooh, great draw. Look at all these Ice Gliders. A Space. I love Pomplamoose. She's so cool. So against some decks, or if they had a bunch of cards in hand, I might not be willing to throw all of my Aegis into one Reverberating Strike. But this is a really compelling argument for Reverberating Strike also. Like I wouldn't play. I would try to avoid playing a one toughness creature to this board. It is? I thought it was just one girl. I guess they just have one singer. That makes sense. That's a cool card. I see. So many snowballs in this game. I'm cold, but I'm killing you now. That was a 5 snowball game. Well, thanks, Dammert. I learned something new. All right, let me see if it's worth trying to cram another fire in here. I'm at 3, 4, 5 fire sources for 1, 2, 3, 4 fire cards. That's fine. I just don't need them until so late. Like, playing out that last game, yes, I was looking for fire. Fire would have been great there, but I was ahead without it. Like, if I had had the fire, I would have won very quickly. But we managed to stall the board, create blockers, and apply pressure without without our third color. So that just means we have time to draw a third color. That's what we need is time. Time is a resource. This is a do. She is awesome. She is one of the main characters in the new One Piece movie. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play another of his songs after this. Where is it? This one? Yeah, this one. This is her song that like chart topped in Japan. Give her a few years. She's gonna be really big. Can I keep a Gron hand with no ability to cast my Grons? I cannot. I mulligan pretty aggressively for my colors. Slow but manageable. Like the Eagle does some good work. Another Justice Sigil lets me tailor, and another any Fire Sigil lets me make my Eagle a 5/3. I think I'm gonna cut one Primal for one Fire. Oof. Let's hope they don't have an hour. I should have played the Justice so that if I drew the other Justice, I could put down my Tailor. This is not a good unit to have, but it's a unit. We're looking to come back this game. We're drawing our fire now. Told ya. Yeah, yeah. I'll take 3. Wait, how do I pause? Can you put pauses in this game? How do you put pauses in this game? Or are you joking? Or can I put pauses in this game? Comment, hey, how's it going? Ah, I was like, that's a game changer. Can I press a button and pretend to pause? All. All right, so they've got a solid late game here with 2 double doors, but you can't just not play things for 2 turns. So the question here is, do I just Ice Glider to shoot them? So that doesn't change the clock. I want to make sure that I can Ice Glider whatever I end up hitting with the Nevermore to clear it out as a blocker. I really love it, dude. This is a do and fake type. Grumbo. Hey Zelda. How you doing? How did you know? Are you Kalos? Or do you just know about the Grumbo? Yeah, that hurts. But we still have him on a 3-turn clock. All we need to do is live 3 turns. No, it's still the same clock because I'm hitting in increments of 2. So now they're at 10. So they would go to 1. Grumbo's so good. Oh, you're right. If I shot them, then I wouldn't be able to nevermore their threat. Take an 8, go to 9. Stun, block 7. But this way I can take out any blocker. Yeah, double doors. That's 4 doors. That's so many doors. I don't understand how that makes them stronger. Are they just really heavy doors? You got to work out to push the doors. You might have been right, Joe. Taking 9, going to 8, blocking here. Stun, block. We got this. So I just built a rotating door. All right, we're gonna stun. Oh, I can't stun the one that tramples. I forgot. We'll stun the big one. And then we've got a blocker here and a blocker here, and we take 3, so saddle up isn't lethal. You were right, Jobin. I was off my math by a whole point. But good, thank you. It's also why I don't usually stream after work. It's hard thinking. All right, let's assume it's a saddle up and take 7. I need to get my racing clock set up again. I forgot about that. A stone skin. That was a good one. Four doors was too many doors. So this is a song Ears posted to my channel not too long ago, and I'm like, this is cute, and it just got better and better. Zelda, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Ooh, we'll grab our Justice, we'll turn to Gron, and then we need one more Primal. I might wait to seek power, because I don't have a 3-drop, and I would like to draw either the Justice or the second Primal. It goes pretty well. We were 3-3, and now we're this draft was so weird. Just the signals kept changing. Everybody was on the fence, but like we figured it out. We got a deck together. Dude, you bet on 1 win? I'm injured. Oh no. This card is so good against my Ice Gliders. I'm gonna saddle up a little later. I need to saddle up this stupid 0-4 so I don't just have dead Ice Gliders. It's okay, Duo. I have plenty of faith in myself. Oh. It does remove the Aegis. Oh, You're right, Stammered. Yeah, I'll take 5. I'm too tired for this. It's okay. It's okay. Do I inscribe this? I think I had to inscribe the eagle. Yeah, I need to make sure that if I draw a power, I can get down on Ice Glider next turn. Because, like, I'm just 100% on the Ice Glider train right now. And I'm going to trade here. Or not. I'm going to draw a power, and I'm going to Ice Glider this stupid horror. Ow. Okay, I'll draw a power now. Or no, I'll take 12 now. So the reason to Icy Hold now would be to draw an Inscribe or a 1-drop. I have to draw, I have to get a 1-mana spell. Yeah, let's do it. This is the danger of the triple Ice Glider plan. I live. What a hit. I'm alive. No. The danger of the 3 gliders. It's okay. So my strategy for especially for competitive events, but also for these events, is I play every game like I am telling the story of the game to somebody who just watched me win an unwinnable game. So start backwards, figure out exactly what it would take for you to win that game. And sometimes it's your opponent having nothing but power in hand and you drawing perfectly for the next 4 turns. But find the out. Don't presume you know every way you can win, but do your best to find it. Like, you have to assume you will win every game until the moment you die. This card is so funny to me. Oh, this one. These are great cards. All 3 of these. I don't know what this card does, but this is just for bugs. Love, love, love. Make me go love, 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 love. I love this song. I like Sean Wasabi. He's like Medion. He uses a soundboard and plays it like an instrument. Love it. I don't know Clockroach. What is this card? Why would I know Clockroach? I've been playing that long. I guess I've been playing like 5 months now. I've day 2'd 4 opens and I fell asleep during one. So yeah, 5 months. There's lots of people in gold today. I think there's a snap keep. I might inscribe 1 angel and I'm looking for a justice. Nice. All right, let's grab that justice sigil. Get the disarm up. But really, I just want Gron down. Gron blocks so well. I'd like another primal. That's awesome, Zelda. That's so cool that the game's been around so long. I don't know, games with history, those are the ones that you can keep going. Very good draw. Great Hall's so good. I took it over Spire Loyalist, and I don't regret it. Just leaves behind such a relevant piece of equipment. Love some horns. Sure. So I'm going to put down a fire this turn because then next turn I can still... I'd like to draw a primal and not have to inscribe either of these. But if I don't draw a primal, I can still inscribe this next turn and play the eagle. Because I only care about the influence and I don't need that 5th power. Alright, we're playing both of them this turn. And then if I don't draw the power to Ice Glider, I get to harpoon my Aegis creature. And that's going to be incredibly difficult for them to come back from. Oh, that'll do it though. I think I leave up Synthesis as long as I can this game. So I'm just going to character. Leave the Synthesis up if I can. Because they probably... So they can't kill us with a kill spell through an Aegis. And I'm sure they have some disarms because disarm is a common. But this way, if they block and saddle up... So they don't want to disarm this. They want to block and saddle up or pull up some way. So I'm going to try and hold the Synthesis until then. Card's so good. They want to just give something flying, but if they spend every turn giving something flying, I'm fine with that. No blocks. Oh, Seek Power. Very nice. I need a second Justice. Now, if I wait a turn, I could try and get the Synthesis up, but I think I really just want to get the Harpoon down. Make them spend 2 spells if they have it. They can use Griffin Rider Marshall to pop this, but I'm pretty sure they're going to pop this and then disarm. So I can hold up Skycrack Synthesis after that. So we can sort of guess. So if they don't attack here, they're going to try and... Oh, that's fair. They didn't have anything. I did want to talk about that some more. So they have the Griffin Rider Marshall. So Griffin Rider Marshall has taunt, which means I have to keep pressure on. So if they don't attack there, that means they're going to try and kill me with a disarm or a caloric mix, because the Horu removal spells are like, well, Justice has pump spells and grants things taunt, and Primal has kill an attacker. It doesn't have a lot of just answer a creature, at least not through an Aegis. So if they popped my Aegis and then attacked, then they had the disarm or the caloric mix. If they did nothing and just passed, then they had a pump spell. Either way, I wanted that Skycrack Synthesis to keep my all eggs in the one basket Snow Peak Eagle alive. This is Surfin' by Kid Cudi and Pharrell Williams. And it's crazy how different the music Kid Cudi puts out when he's not stuck with Kanye West. I used to listen to this song every morning when mornings were rough. So do we know what the strangers are? Did we ever get a big reveal that they were being brought in from another world, or that somebody was just dropping them off? We did. Tell me about the strangers. Well, maybe in the server if you don't feel like typing it all up right now, but I do want to know about them. You know? You know? No, no, no. Hmm. Horace Traver? Is that a person? That's so cool. I love that. It's just one person across all these different iterations. That's so cool. Nah, nah, nah. Put your head on straight. Put your head on. No, 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 no. I love that. Oh my god. It's even better that he's not like a major force in the world. He's just a dude. Can I keep a single unionist and a single power? I can't. That's so good. This is really slow, but Ice Over does buy a lot of time. And I have all my colors, and I can't really make myself throw that back. Like, this is just a slow deck. That's so sad. Oh, that's really cool though. I love that. That's such a cool twist. I love that so much. Yeah, no, no, no. Put your head on straight. Put your head on, no, 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 no. All right, lots of power. Stun this for now to block it, and then shoot it down a little later with my Ice Glider. Would this card be overpowered at 5? Just hiding the information. I have this Fire Sigil, but I can play it next turn. If I attack here, nah, I'm just gonna block, pass, block. If they want to shoot me, they can shoot me. I see. That's so cool. I love that so much. That's really good. That's the most I've liked the story element so far. I could put down the ice over. Yeah, it's just not doing enough for me right now. We're going to inscribe it. I definitely was supposed to attack first. Doesn't matter though. They're not going to block. I would love the story in Eternal. I think it's some really cool world building. That's good. It's a good card right now. Gonna have to kill it. But not this turn. Yeah, I think that's why making the chapters all available is cool. I'm very slowly playing through those. Pathfinder is a good card. Let's see if they contract. So they didn't contract the Pathfinder. That tells me they have a Nevermore or Saddle Up. So let's make them use the Saddle Up. Let's just fight. Because I drew another Ice Glider. Do it. Play the Saddle Up. Ah, that's even better. Like, I'm fine using half my card to deal with that. Ooh. I did not know that, Zelda. Thank you. Very cool. It's possible I'm supposed to attack with these two, but like I'm just kind of letting myself win the late game. But next turn I can start attacking. The thing about Brigade Hall is not using the Brigade Hall is suspicious. So sometimes I just don't pump just to make them think I have a spell. So, ooh, that's a really good card with Griffin Rider Marshall. But it taps them out. I can't Nevermore and Saddle Up this turn, though. Hmm. I can't free trade for any of my 1/4s. If I A space, then they might block my 2/2 with the 2/4. Fine with that. All right, let's just take out Griffin Rider Marshall now. Neat. Waykeeper, keeping way. So we need 2/3s. I don't think they have a good frenzy trigger. I mean, they've got sticky fingers, but they can't play a unit and trigger frenzy this turn. They can just make a 3/5 flyer out of the Windscreamer, which I'm very happy to see because I get to Nevermore. Ooh, hello, Unionist. We're just gonna answer what they've got and keep pressure on, and then I'll use the Unionist and the Brigade Hall to deal with whatever else they play. Yeah, fair. I love that. I really want to do. I don't know. I like Direwolf. I think they're an interesting company. Salvor. Oh, I just played. Oh no! Sorry, Salvor. Just playing against Salvor twice in a row. I am gonna finish out this draft, but I ran out of water, so I will be right back. Nobody? Not one of you? I can check. Everybody thought I'd get 3, 4, or 5 wins. Well, I'm sorry, everybody. You bet on 3 wins. I'm too good. If nobody gets it, then I don't take any points. So nobody thought I'd get 6 wins or 7 wins. How do you like the song? But this one is from somebody suggested this. I'm like, huh, this works. I'll feel so guilty if I get paired against the same person and I'm responsible for all 3 of his losses. I might concede. No, I can't. I can't color the betting like that. If I get to 6 wins, I may just refund the prediction and call it a night. I saw someone 2 times in a row. I don't think a lot of people are on right now, I guess. Alex, hey, how you doing today? Thanks for the raid. Thank you so much. I'm Scuffle. I play card games. We're just doing a bit of practice tonight. And tomorrow I'll be streaming my Oh, stammered. That's so sad. For somebody, I guess it's fun. Like, I would love to do like a best of three. But thank you so much for the raid, Alex. We're doing some testing for the open. So this is supposed to help. So if you have questions, be sure to ask them. If you think I'm wrong, be sure to tell me. Lose two ends. Sorry, Alex. There you go. Well, thank you so much, Alex. I really appreciate it. If anybody has any questions, be sure to let me know. We're playing a very grindy flyer-based deck, splashing fire for a few pump spells. So that's why I don't do a lot of, ooh, can I keep this? I'm getting justice. I've got one primal. I can't keep this. I don't have any plays. Even though it's hard for me to pass up a hand with all my colors. But this time I have some plays. I've got a scaly Gron. Don't underestimate how much Yada is an OG. I don't know Yada. I do need a second primal. So this is a deck. It's a good idea to keep track of your influence requirements when you build your deck. So I have some cards that require double primal, one card that requires double justice, and no cards that require double fire. Ooh, let's just get down the Gron. Gron blocks so well. And then I can play a turn 3 Waykeeper, turn 4 power up the Waykeeper. Looks like he's planning to play tomorrow. Let's just stun and crack it. I mean, that's nice, though. It's always nice when someone who you thought was out is not. All right, so I'm hoping that they block, but like this is just a bluff. It's worth trying to figure out where you can bluff through damage. So like a 1-4 into a 3-2, why would I make that attack unless I had something like a Reverberating Strike or Nevermore? But like I don't want to play the Nevermore here, and I wouldn't have if they blocked. Ah, that's cool. Let's see, what am I doing this turn? I'm getting a blocker for the Green Stretch Griffin. So even, this is 2 points of damage that I'm not getting in with. I'm going to leave one blocker back. But really what I'm doing here is checking for pump spells. So they didn't want to pump here, but that doesn't mean that they don't have a pump spell. So if they have a Saddle Up, Find the Moment, or the +2/+2, and it's permanent if you're blocking. That's cool! Alright, so this attack tells me that they have a pump spell, and I don't want to deal with that. Not until I have 4 up to use my Nevermore. So I'm going to make the same attack next turn, then Nevermore. Yeah, punch it through for 1. I don't know enough of the other Eternal streamers. I watch sometimes. All right, let's see what they've got by blocking this creature. Right? All right, after Saddle Up resolves, we're going to Nevermore. All right, so let's think about Rune Sword. Rune Sword has 4 armor. So if I attack here, it'll go down to 1 armor, and then I'll have the ability to kill the Griffin or the Gron. However, if I play down the Rune Sword, kill the Green Stretch Griffin, and then block the Serpent, then I'll have enough to kill a 3rd unit. The problem with that is I'll lose my Waykeeper. So I don't know if I want to give up my Waykeeper to punch through here. So I'm just going to put down the Rune Sword, and we're going to just knock down some flyers. The next one, I get to put down the Snow Peak Eagle. So, like, they do need a pump spell here to keep this alive. But even if they need an actual burn spell. Ooh, Hero of the People. Let's assume they have something. I am scared of Hero of the People in general. Am I more scared of Hero of the People than them just having the flyer? I think I am. I'm gonna knock down this Hero of the People. Well played, Yada. If that's not, yeah, like if they don't have any follow-ups, well played. We're pushing in damage. We're gonna try and race here with this Snow Peak Eagle. Is he? Are they? He, she, they. I usually go by avatar. I do have one green stretch griffin, so it's worth preparing to have 9 power. If I swing out, they block, block. Well, they block, 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 take 4, go to 11, and crack back for 4. If I just attack with the eagle, they double block, and I trade with the griffin, and then we're still at parity. So let's pass. Next person to draw something that breaks the stalemate wins. I mean, this breaks the stalemate. What you got? They gotta have something. What you got? Ooh, they're working on the Aegis. Double disarm. Respectable. I'm going to be rude here and take out the Gron, which is very greedy, because if they have a way to break through my Waykeeper, then they can kill my sword. But otherwise, I'm just getting a free kill. Fair enough. All right, keeping it going. We got 2 games left to go. So I know we just had a raid, and I sort of forgot, and I'm sorry. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to wait to play the Seek Power until I get a second color. And I'm going to turn 1 and scribe the ice over, and then get the Gron down. Then whenever I draw the other color that I need, I will Seek Power. It's a very greedy keep, but I love a good greedy keep. So we know they don't have a 2-drop because they took the armor. So we can deduce a little bit about what they hand. They don't have a 2-drop that they think there's any chance that they play this turn. Let's grab a Justice. I have time to draw my fire. Love Caravan Palace. This is pretty good right now. How's that? Do I inscribe? Or do I just try and cast the Synthesis? I think I'm fine just casting the Synthesis. I got time to decide on this Synthesis. That's fine. We can trade 2-drops or 3-drops. That might be a problem. We'll see. Fire. Pass. Pass, 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 pass. Yep. Because even if I do have, like, even without a unit, ooh, it's pretty good right now. I'm going to have to disarm it. This one I'll inscribe. And I'm probably just going to disarm here. Yeah, we'll disarm that. If I get a 6 power, I attack. I really am scared of her. But we're fine. So I stream my day 1 without a delay. So if you want to just kind of, I'm going to do it pretty early. If you just want an idea of how this runs, like of how it's going to go. And so I know that I'm going to play a spell this turn. So I do just want to Ice Glider this turn. I think I still play the sigil out. They could Notarin collects? Oh, I don't think I had these before. Neat. Target. We can assume that they have some sort of answer. Wow. 3 marksmen. So worth putting down the Unionist. Time. I don't need to put down the Unionist yet. That's a problem. That's a big problem. All right. Just the hitting me with a frenzy trigger every turn is very good. So we're going to taunt it next turn. Taunt it and thunder pop it. Like they gain 4 a turn with this combo, and that's the amount of damage I'm doing, which is a problem. Hopefully a big spell I can hit with a Skycrag Synthesis. Ooh, lots of people are playing horror games tonight. Maybe we'll go see Spout. I like Spout. Oops, I gotta start my turn. This is a good idea. I'm so scared. I have to get this scry off, even if I'm not directly answering Alicia. But Alicia's so good right now with his Grim Reminder. Like, this is bad for me. But I have to change this board state. Because otherwise Alicia just comes back. Am I the only Eternal Drafter right now? I'm so sorry. Ooh, this puts me back in the game in a big way, though. Like, it lets me start grinding card advantage. Oof, that's a problem. You're right, Stammered. I fucked up real bad. I fucked up really bad by thunder popping there. I do have to deal with this now, though. That was really bad when I... Ooh. Flips right away. Yeah, we're gonna hit this now. I mean, I just have to get the Unionist off. That was a good draw. Lame. The one turn this game that Skycrack Synthesis was down. Eight. I think I still have to get this down. I need an answer for this Grim Reminder. Yeah, that was a big mistake, Stammered. I fucked up. I need to get a good Skycrack Synthesis off. I have to generate some card advantage because I'm just down cards based on how this game is played out. That is a good target for a Synthesis. Do you have one as well? Damn. Yeah, that's fair. It's okay, everybody. I get to contract my talk the alarming. Yeah, I got a 5-mana tutu. What are you gonna do about it? This is my first time casting Talk the Alarming. Oh, you can see stream uptime now. That's pretty cool. Ooh. Green Sword's really good off the top. Still no point in attacking with Talk. Not this turn anyway, next turn. But this armor, very useful. Buys me 3 whole turns. We're gonna raid my buddy Spout. A good game. It's really close, but this Grim Reminder puts me on a 5-turn clock. So I have 5 turns to just kill him dead. Or gain some life, which I don't like. This is one reason that the 1/1 with lifesteal that grants lifesteal is so good. Oof. Four turns left. I'm ahead on board. I've got a 5-turn clock here. It gained them 12? Hey, space. All right, 6 damage a turn, 8 damage next turn, puts them to 7. I'm winning the race. Puts them to 8. No. Damn. I'm gonna lose to Grim Reminder. All right, I gotta kill them this turn or gain some life. I do have another Rune Sword. Rune Sword does it. Yeah, is worth a double block. No! All right, that was a fun one. So close. I should have waited to play the Skycrag Synthesis until I could I should have waited to play the Harpoon until I could Skycrag Synthesis. Ooh. This is a solid hand. I think I do inscribe the Scale Hide. And I wait on the Rune Sword, but I might do it on turn 3. Generally, I'm pretty happy with the turn 2 Gron hand in this deck. I should inscribe the Rune Sword first. I'll do the Scale Hide on turn 3. Cackling Hustler. I feel like him. I relate to this card. Oh, Grim Reminder did. Ooh. Grim Reminder did 12 like it healed them 12 with the Forgotten Youth. And then another 8 damage, 9 damage because I played the Rune Sword. So it dealt 12 and gained 20 because only 2 triggers. I'd really like the Icy Hold. So this is why the problem with coming in Peacekeeper, like I don't really have a late game strong enough to justify this, but I needed the unit. But really, like imagine if I'd had like a 2-drop with 3 power. All right, I'm not gonna Icy Hold. I'm just gonna wait. In turn, I don't need to keep pressure on. I need to get a good invoke. Use me. Like they still can't attack through my Gron. That's worth silencing. It just gets so scary so quickly. Like, I can assume that a person at this point in the ladder... Oh no. I was not playing around the stutter step. I do have 3 Justice. want to take this gift of Kosul. I want to play this card. I'm going to inscribe. I've never played with this card or seen it before. It's pretty cool. It's a really good loot strung bow. Oh no! Luckily, this has an even cost, so all I need is a power. No blocks. Take 9, draw power. Alright, that's okay, because I can take out the relic. I'm fine trading a unit off here. That's why you play things post-combat. I'm gonna Svetch's Decree. And I need a 4, so I will grow this soon. But I'm gonna put these on it. For now, I just want a blocker for these Grumbos. Should have played the Primal Sigil, because there's a very real chance I draw a Sigil and something else I want to play after playing both of these. So they threw away a Searing Fist, a Fire Sigil, and an Orb. I mean, 6/6 off the top? Yeah, that's fine. I'll go to 8. I'm gonna Derringer here just to make sure I can attack next turn. But this turn, I think I still want it as a blocker. Next turn, I can put down the Harpoon and start cracking it for 6 and drawing cards. Block, take 3. Yeah, fair. That was good. All right, one way or another, this is the last game of this draft. And all of you are wrong. None of you thought I would get 6 wins or 7 wins. Ye of little faith. Deleted. Take your points back. Not one person believed in me. Not one of you. Take your points back. And I know some of you weren't allowed to bet. Yes, that is true. Gives you 300. Can I keep the slowest hand possible? I don't know Buckwheat. I don't know what he likes to play. I really have no idea what he likes to play. I don't recall playing against them before. Oh. I guess I don't usually play at night. All right, let's keep it. So the thing I do, which I is mostly cheating, is I've got a good memory for players. So there's a few enough players in this game that I get a good idea of what everyone likes to play, just because I play against them enough. Like usually 3 games in, I get a pretty good idea. But I don't recall Buckwheat here. I don't know what they like to play. Griffin gonna Griff. Eagle is down. I think I'm going to stun that. Do I want to play down my eagle to make sure I hit 6? Yeah, we're just going to stay on the Aegis plan. I will draw power. I probably should have attacked. Kept the initiative. But really, after this, I just want to play power and hold up my Icy Hold. Have my second Justice and pass. You know, with one of these. Oh, God. All right. Neat. Very on board with this. Oh. Oh. They don't love you anymore. I think it's all in the timing because, like, I tend to not have a lot of time to play at night. I'm more of an afternoon streamer. All right, let's see if they have a pump spell that I get to counter with an Icy Hold. I mean, they know I have something. That's fine. I'll be a raven. You'll be on the ground. You jerk. Ooh. This is so annoying. What? It's not very good, though. I think I just take the armor and hold it up. See if I can get more than one card of value out of my armor. Row and pass. Need one more power, and then I get to start shooting things down. Ooh, that's a problem, though. Card's really good. Well, I can triple block it. Can triple block everything. But the frenzy on this is so good. I gotta deal with that. Again with the triple ice gliders. I should be attacking with my Waykeeper. Ow. I think I gotta inscribe this, because I just want to be playing Ice Gliders the rest of the game. No box. I'm going to 20. They probably have some number of pump spells here. I should have attacked with the Grons first, tried to get the Maidmen to block. But I think at this point I just want to race, because they haven't shown me any frenzy triggers yet. Like, they show me one reverberating strike. But I'm just going to be playing Ice Gliders the rest of the game and keep adding power to the board with that way. I mean, those are frenzy triggers. They're trying to hit one of my power. So they can play the third Ice Glider and take a third card. So they are just up on cards right now, and I just need to get my Ice Gliders down until I get to stop caring what they do. But right now, if I put an Ice Glider... I'll take 6 to deal with this 4-2. Ah, they didn't hit the power. They got a flyer. Crack in for 5 and chump block. The next turn I'm cracking in for 4, 5, 6, 7. And then that'll be lethal with another Ice Glider. Or 7-11. I mean, it's absolutely correct to attack here. That doesn't mean they will. If I draw power, I might saddle up Gron and armor. I am a little scared of being burned out here, but like we're just racing now. Ooh, great draw. 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Puts them to 8. Right. Alright, and now I get to just Peacekeeper here and hold up Saddle Up. I mean, not Saddle Up. Special Armor. Just in case. I don't know what punch spells they could have here. So block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dang. I don't know why I didn't think of them just playing a blocker. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. I did not see that coming. Oh my god, and it gains lifesteal. All right, very well played. Respectable. I should have played around a backlash, and I just did not. The song is so funny. It's also really good. All right, will play down a Gron and go for lethal next turn. If even one of these gets through, the Ice Glider is lethal, and I get to block and Spectral Armor. All right, so that's their Seek Power. So they didn't hit a Seek Power. That's their time sigil. All right, what you got? Am I getting Thunder Popped twice? Because they could have hit my Thunder Pop. A space. There we go. That was a great game. All right, that was a good game to end on, everybody. I am the last Eternal streamer on tonight, so we're going to have to just call it a night, and we're going to raid one of my friends. His name is Spout. He's very entertaining, and he's playing some horror games tonight. Be nice. I'd really appreciate it if you were nice to him. You don't have to stick around, but if you participate in the raid, you do get channel points, which I have lots of neat things you can spend them on. You're welcome, Zelda. It was really nice to meet you. I don't know. It's nice when I meet new people. I like this community a lot. But tomorrow morning, probably at 10, possibly between 10 and 11. I'd like to start at 10, but I have to do a few errands. I like Made Men, but like it's a setup combo piece, not a finisher. It's part of a grindy deck, and Shadow doesn't usually grind that well. So we're gonna raid my buddy Spout. You get points for participating in the raid, which you can use to pick songs and bet and gamble. And I do like the gambling part. But I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow morning. I'm gonna start with the Eternal Open and go right into Inscription. It's gonna be lots of fun. And I've got a packed weekend. Gonna do probably one more streaming Eternal tomorrow and hopefully Sunday. But if I don't make it Sunday, I'm gonna finish Inscription. For now, we're gonna raid Spout. Let's go see how he's doing. Good night, everybody. You have 10 seconds left if there's any other questions you have. Appreciate follows. You get points for that. Appreciate subscriptions. You get to not watch. You get to skip commercials for that. All right. Good night, everybody. I love Inscription. If you don't know what Inscription is, don't look it up. And if you like card games, come and watch it. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Good night, everybody. We're going to go see Spout.